are kings of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Great to be back at home here on the Leadoff Spot on the Gatemen Baseball Network alongside Aiden Blank. Jock Hunter here getting you set for the Falmouth Commodores and the Wareham Gatemen tonight. And Aiden, the Gatemen are coming off of a 2-game skid. Simply put, just not playing winning baseball.
Yeah, ugly last couple of days, but at the end of the day, they still have the points. They're right at 500. I think Ryan Smyth would be okay with the way things have gone so far. Not too many roster changes the rest of the way. He'll tell you the way that they rebound is they get a win tonight. They played incredibly well at Spillane Field. They're 7-2 here this season. Would be a great opportunity to get a win tonight. It's a Falmouth Commodores team that's only beaten one team in the West Division, and that was the Gatemen. So they're going to look to get them back tonight, go 2-1 against another West Division rival to open up the season, and it's a beautiful day. We should have a fun game tonight. And
Falmouth has had a weird stretch since these two teams last played. Yeah. It was a Falmouth 12-2 victory. They've played 8 games since. They lost their first 5, and they're on a 3-game winning streak heading into tonight.
Yeah, they've only won 1 game in the West, but they are over 500 in the East, and they're kind of getting hot. So watch out for this Commodores team. I think we very much underestimated them the last time that the Gatemen played in Falmouth, and it ended 12-2. It was ugly. You don't want to let that record get you complacent.
Yeah, the Falmouth team is going to look a lot different from the last time we saw them. The middle of the order is pretty much all gone. Charlie Condon, Chase Lavalette, Deuce Gorson, all 3 went off to USA and have not come back. For Falmouth, they scored 1 run 4 times in that 5-game losing streak. The pitching has carried them out recently. And for some more numbers here of the Gatemen over the last 2 games, they struck out 29 times. They've walked 20 hitters. They've committed 5 errors and conceded 4 unearned runs. So pitching, hitting, fielding, you got to turn it around tonight.
Yeah, and we talked about it earlier in the day. The Gatemen are the first team in the league to reach 100 runs. The problem is they've allowed 95. And yes, it's a +5 run differential, but 95 is far too many runs to have given up by this point in the season. The pitching's got to step up. And the bullpen's been really good the last couple of nights. I think that's been one of the bright spots. Pitching's got to step up and lock this thing down. Just hold them, and the Gatemen offense can get you some runs.
Brett Wachowski tasked with locking it down tonight. One of the guys playing behind him who's been playing pretty well this year is Garen Caulfield, and he's with Amanda right now.
Joined now by Garen Caulfield. And Garen, last night you went 2 for 3 with a walk, and since you've been here, you've had at least 1 hit in every game you've played. So what's the key for you at the plate?
I'm just trying to go up there and see pitches the best I can. It's a tough league to hit in, and there's a lot of good arms, and using wood bats and everything. So, I'm just trying to simplify it and trying to see pitches really well.
Has there been much of an adjustment for you going from metal to wood bats?
Not necessarily. I try not to think about it too much. It's all just a game, and kind of just treat my at-bats the same as I would with a metal bat. So.
And you've got a teammate in Tommy Spillane here from Arizona. What's it like having a familiar face?
It's awesome. We are fortunate enough to live together and with our awesome host family, and it's been a good time out here so far with him.
What's the experience been like living with your host family and just being here in Wareham?
It's awesome. I think it's cool to see everybody out here to come support the team, and I wasn't too familiar with the area, but it feels like home right now, so it's awesome.
And what are your biggest goals for the summer?
Just to build relationships and keep continuing to play good baseball. I think it's a good opportunity, and a lot of people look past it, but this is where a lot of friendships are started, and I'm looking forward to getting to know these guys better and continue where we're going.
All right, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
With Yadi Hernandez and Brett Wachowski starting on the mound tonight, you've caught for him a few times, but have you had a chance to talk with him about what his approach tonight will be?
No, we haven't. I looked at the stats that we've done a really good job the past 2 times I've caught him, so probably stay with the same approach and stay in attack mode and just throw strikes, honestly. That's it. Just throw strikes. Don't get it, and then we just got playing clear defense. That's it. We'll be fine, though.
And as a catcher for you, I'm curious, when you go up to the plate batting, how does that experience help you?
Oh, my God. If it does. Honestly, that's something I've been trying to think about. Like, does it really help me or not? I mean, it helps me not think as much, and because I literally, once I go to defense, it's like a whole different ball game than offense, so I try to think less, but I really haven't thought about that. That's a good question.
Okay, you'll keep that in mind for next time.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And then you're a big mentality guy. We've talked about that. Is there a specific phrase or something that you like to repeat yourself either before the game or when you're playing the game?
Yeah, of course. I have 3 of them. It's simple, present, and compete. If I do those 3 things and control what I can, everything else is I can't control, and I'm just going to – that's my base. That's what I got to do. So, yeah.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Back on the leadoff spot with Aiden Blank, Jack Hunter here with you, getting you set for Falmouth and Wareham tonight. And Aiden, as we go across the Cape to the East Division, not much movement there, but a little more movement at the bottom.
Yeah, the Chatham Anglers finally get a win. Much-needed victory for them, taking out a team that the Gatemen probably would have liked to take out a couple nights ago, the Harwich Mariners. They win a fogged-out game. Not fogged out. They completed the game, but there was a fog delay in the middle of it. They get a much-needed win, and hopefully they can build off that. And then Brewster. I mean, it's a Brewster team that played really well against the Gatemen in Brewster. They tied 4-4. They were beaten badly here 9-2, and ever since, they've been slumping. 4 in a row lost. That's not usually the case for Jamie Shevchek's crew. Remember, Brewster has won the last 2 championships in the East Division, and 2 years ago they were the Cape League champions. So look for them to turn it around. I wouldn't be shocked if they turn that slump around and maybe start streaking a little bit in the opposite direction.
Well, it's about time to where, you know, midway through the season, you start looking at the standings. 4 out of the 5 teams from each division get in the playoffs. Falmouth has been at the bottom, has been at the cellar of the West Division for a while, but all of a sudden, 2 through 5, you're starting to get really tight, especially 2, 3, and 4 with Bourne, Hyannis, and Wareham all separated by 2 points. Falmouth is only 4 points behind Wareham, so tonight's game is going to be really essential because everybody's just looking to get in the playoffs, first of all. So Falmouth, them playing well, is a little bit of trouble for everybody else in the West.
Yeah, 2 points available every night. Again, it's not the end-all be-all if you're in last place right now. The Anglers could be the champions of the East Division for all we know at the end of the season. That's the beauty of summer ball. But, yes, it is starting to get to that time where you take a look, and maybe you don't take it too seriously, but you take a look and say, okay, we've won however many points. We need to shoot for this many by the end of the season. And the Gatemen right at 500. If you play 500 baseball in this league, you're pretty much right on the verge of a playoff berth anyways. So they're very happy with where they are right now. They would like to start to catch up to it, but I don't think anybody's going to really complain about earning, 18 points through the first half of the season.
Let's take a look at what the manager has to say. He's with Amanda Foster right now as we keep things going here on the leadoff spot.
On the manager's show with Ryan Smyth. And Coach, we're back at home. You told me yesterday before the game that the energy with the team kind of felt a little bit off, even in batting practice. What's the energy like today?
It was much better today. I think we nipped that in the bud yesterday. It's just one of those days after a bad loss. It was hot out. We're on the road. And it just – hopefully we don't see that again. But today getting to the ballpark, the energy level is a lot different. So I'm happy about that.
Well, and you're playing Falmouth tonight. In past games, they've been able to put up a lot of runs on you guys. So what does that change? How does that affect your approach going into the game?
I think our pitching has gotten a lot better since. And, I think that the understanding of getting ahead out here, I think our guys, understand a lot more now, the importance of it. We got Brett on the mound, guy we're really confident with. It's thrown really well for us. So looking forward to a good game.
You mentioned Brett. He pitched a good 5 innings against Chatham. What are you expecting to see from him? Is there anything that you want him to change or just keep doing what he was doing before?
No, I do the same thing he did against Chatham. We'll be all right.
And then we talked a little bit yesterday. Today's the first day of July. I'm curious, what's the biggest thing that you've learned about yourself as a coach since you've been here?
That's a great question. Same thing I tell these guys, ride the highs and the lows and stay even keeled. And I think as a first-year manager, you take some of those losses to heart, and it's hard to get over them sometimes. And you're really excited about the wins. And, I got to do it myself and just kind of staying even keeled, knowing this is a long summer, and, ride the good and the bad, and just try to come to the ballpark every day and be the best coach that I can.
All right, thank you so much.
No problem.